Global E-Schools and Communities Initiative is an organization that has been around since 2003. It's an organization that was born out of the deliberations of the UN Task Force on ICT, particularly so that looked at how effectively countries, particularly so in the developing world, could tap into the potential of ICT to start transforming our countries, both socially and economically, and in terms of being able to be in line with where the world is moving to, because the world is moving towards knowledge-based societies. What we do in ADSI is seeking to transform our secondary schools into digital schools of distinction. Digital in schools of distinction in the sense that they move from where they are to schools that have a culture of using ICT in teaching and learning and in management and running everything else within the school. And to do that, we do several things. We will be working with the school principal, the boards of management and the PTA to plan around how do they want to transform their school towards a digital school of distinction. So beginning from where they are, we will jointly analyze where the school is and draw a roadmap for each of the target schools in terms of this is the road we want to follow to transforming ourselves into digital schools of distinction. And then beyond that, we will provide some infrastructure in the form of laptops, projectors, and internet connectivity gadgets like modems that will be provided from us. But this program is not so much on infrastructure, but looking at transforming people. So we will be targeting training our teachers and working with the teachers online in terms of transforming teacher practice so that then they teach in more innovative ways, they teach in more up-to-date ways, they inspire learners to be able to learn, and in so doing, then be able to improve the learning outcomes or the results of our students. We will only be taking the teachers out of the school for 3 days of face-to-face training, and then they have to do the rest of the training online, which means that they will be using the gadgets that we bring into the schools and others that are already present in the schools to learn and challenge each other to continue learning and seek out like open education resources that appear online and integrate that into their teaching and learning process. Now, that almost gives you what we are going to be doing. But of course, we will be monitoring and evaluating the change process in schools on an ongoing process. We have just given a plague, right, to this school and to all the other schools that are going to be participating in the program. Now, for any school that attains total transformation to maturity as a digital school, that plague will change from the color it is in. We will give them a golden plague and whatever comes with it. So we are going to be recognizing the changes that are happening in schools, and we will work with those changes and reward positive changes in a way that will inspire the schools to keep working at it. And that's what we will be doing, not just in Kenya. We are going to be working with 40 schools in Tanzania, and we will be working with another 20 schools in Côte d'Ivoire. And of course, the program will be growing in phases, and we are hoping that we will bring in all the partners that would like to join us to be able to then work with us as we transform, not just Kenya, but transform the African continent. That's why we are called Africa Digital Schools Initiative, because we are seeking to cover the whole continent. As we speak, DRC have already shown interest by sending us a letter of interest, and we're already looking at how can we work with DRC. Guinea-Conakry is interested, Liberia is interested, and I know very many other countries are lining up. And to spice it all, we are the lead agency in the African Union Commission now in terms of leading and working with the African Union Commission towards the implementation of the African education strategy for the whole continent. That gives us an opportunity to be able to work at all these things that we are aspiring. But of course, we can't do it alone. We are about partnerships. But if we can be able to partner with every interested individual and institution, that will be good for the program, it will be good for the continent. Many times, the challenge with such programs is, we will talk about, we don't have the resources. But when you partner with others, finding resources is not a difficult thing. So we'd want our partners to bring in knowledge, to bring in material, to bring in funding for us to see ourselves transform the continent, because nobody else will transform Africa for us. Nobody else will transform Kenya or Tanzania or Côte d'Ivoire for us. We will have to do it for ourselves.
Happy to represent the foundation at the launch of the Africa Digital Schools Initiative. The initiative has come to its time because, as the Minister of Education has been talking about the new curriculum reforms, I think a major part of that is the integration of technology into the classroom, from a learner's perspective, from a teacher's perspective. And so we're very proud to be supporting this initiative that will help tool or retool the teachers so that they are able to introduce technology into the classroom for the benefit of the learners and for the benefit of the whole school community.
Kofi Annan was the Secretary General of the United Nations. He felt that technology should play a very, very important part in education and in national planning for social and economic development in general. So he established a task force, and the task force first and primary recommendation was to establish GESCI, an organization which would work with governments, with ministries in particular, and initially with ministries of education. We selected Kenya, we selected Nairobi as our home base, as our headquarters to work in Africa. Since then, we have developed and we work in three key areas. We work in ICT policy and implementation to enhance education through the use and incorporation of technology. We also work in the area of leadership development at government level for knowledge society development. That's a program that we have just completed, running in 16 African countries, East and West Africa. And I think about 60 or 70 representatives who took that leadership. It was a postgraduate diploma, who took that leadership. 60 or 70 were from either the ministry or from associations associated with the Ministry of Education. We want to incorporate technology to increase the quality and to enrich learning. Science and technology are the gateway subjects to life. They're the gateway subjects to social and economic development. They're the gateway subjects to knowledge society development for all the countries of the world. What this project is about is bringing about supports through technology, through teaching content and learning content to make teachers' jobs more efficient and actually easier. Because have you ever noticed that a good teacher, a well-prepared good teacher, is a teacher who finds their job easy, actually, because there's a huge reaching out to young people, and young people actually play a part in the activity of learning.
I feel privileged to be a member of the ADSI program. We are happy today to have the launch, and in the next 5 years we expect that we're going to have better performance occasioned by the more interesting teaching which arises from the use of ICT. We hope that our students are going to embrace use of ICT. I hope our teachers and all our stakeholders are also going to support us. We undertake to sustain the program to the very end, that is the 5 years, and it is our hope that at the end of the 5 years we shall be better equipped in the use of ICT than we were, and that our county in general shall be better endowed in terms of manpower who are better digitalized than the rest of Kenya.
Na kusema kweli nimefurahi sana siku ya leo kwa hii ICT launching hapa imekuwa kufanyika hapa hivi Voiboys. Na kusema kweli nasema kuwa ilhali wanafunzi wamekuwa kupitia changamoto nyingi, maanake kuwa kama kuna topic ambazo wanafunzi wanafunzwa lakini kama hawajafunzwa practically ile apate kuiona hazikaa kwa kile ya mtu. Lakini kwa sasa kama hizo ICT mtu anaziona kama ile reproduction system, kama blood circulation in the body. Kwa hivyo kwangu mimi nasema itasaidia sana, hasa mimi pia na isira.